Hello, this is a beginner's modding tutorial for Marvel's Midnight Suns. By the end of this video, we are going to recreate this mod on the right. Now what I did was I took clothing off of Nico and placed it here on Magic. So the clothing is her boots here on the right, and she is also wearing Nico's bracelets. So this is a very basic mod. We're just taking clothing off of one character and putting it onto another one. So we can get started. Let me close this and close this. Now before we get started, we are going to be installing all the software that we need. So every link I am going to be pasting up right here will also be in the description. The first one is UModel. Download the Windows 32 version. We need Asset Editor. Here on the page, on the right side under Releases, we will download this. There we go. We need Unreal Pack. Now that downloaded immediately for me. An error page might come up. If so, just hit continue and it will download for you. We need a, excuse me, we need this right here. This will allow us to play the, to import certain file types into Blender. So we're going to download this as well. There we go. We are going to use this template created by Peak. It's very helpful, so let's download this over here on Nexus Mods. There we go. We are going to need Blender, so get Blender installed. Go ahead and get the Epic Game Store front installed. We are going to be modding with Unreal Engine 4.26.2. Now, if you have the store open up, here on the left side, click Unreal Engine, click on Library, hit the plus button, the drop down, and look for 4.26.2. Now, it won't show up for me because I already have it installed, but you'll click it and then hit the install button. And then we are also going to be needing the encryption key so we can play the game files. So we'll be coming to this website right here. On the left side, click on keys. Just search the, there we go. And we are going to copy this entire line right here. It starts with the OX and ends in AF, so you're just going to copy that. And once you do that, we have all the software that we're going to be needing. Oh, and have GIMP or Photoshop. We need something to edit files in. And that is it. So let's start getting the stuff installed. Okay. So here's my download folder. And what we want to do is get to the files for the game. So open up the game here on Steam. Right click the name of the game. Manage, browse local files. And that will get us right here. Go to Midnight Suns, Content, Packs. Now when you install mods and everything, this is going to be the folder we're playing with. It's Packs. Okay, so it's the same one I had right there. Let's start getting things installed. Yeah, let me start with Blender. We'll open up Blender right here. Now this isn't a Blender tutorial, and I know very, very little about Blender. So I will talk my way through what I'm doing, but besides that, I'm not much of a help in here. But we need to get our add-on installed. So click Edit, Preferences, and I'm going to just copy my download folder right here. Now here's the add-on we're doing. It's io_import scene Unreal PSA. We do not extract this. We need it to be compressed like this. Okay. Click on Install. Wait, there we go. Click on the name of the file. There it is. Add-on. Now we need to enable it. So in the search box, just type in FBX, and normally it's off by default. Turn it on. and now we're able to use Unreal, or Blender. So let's minimize that. Okay. Here's the template that we downloaded by Peak. So let's go ahead and open this up. Now, later on, one error that we might run into is going down through a file path that has too many characters in it. So my suggestion is to come up right here and just rename this first one something really Midnight template, really small. Okay. So I want to take all these files, and I need a location to mod. You know, I need to have a spot to save all my files in. So what I like to do is this is the folder that all the assets are in. I just find another folder back here and create a modding folder. There we go. So this is where I'm going to be playing with, and this is the active project. So everything I'm doing is going to be saved in here. Okay. So I have a guide by Peak. So there's this you can follow, and we need something else to install the next thing. Okay. So let me delete these as I go so we don't get overwhelmed. Delete. We already have, oh, we need a model now. Let's extract this. Okay, all of these files that we just got, we need to drag and drop into our Midnight Suns packs folder. So just drag and drop. There we go. View asset editor. Now, the first time we launch this, we're going to get this error, or at least I am. Click more info, run anyway. Okay, this is what we need. Let's go ahead and drop this right to the folder. I'm just replacing it because I already had it. And we have Unreal Pack here. So let's open this up. Open it. Again, grab everything and just drop it right into our packs folder. There we go. So now we're able to start the mod. We have here on the right side, the packs folder. Left side, this is my work area. Oh, and we need that key. So one thing I like to do is I copy the key. I will come into the pack folder. There we go. Right click, new text document, and I'll paste the key into the name of the text document. And just to be sure, I also paste it on the inside. So now when I need it, I just right click and copy it so I have it. Now all the content in the game, the meshes, the textures, all that, they're located in these two .pak folders, files. Notice they are 17 gigabytes and 41. This may change in future updates because this was smaller before the Deadpool update. So these will constantly go up more. So let's double click on umodel _64. Click override. This is an Unreal 4 game, and it is Unreal Engine 4.26. Click, and right here we're going to paste the encryption code. And it's going to take a little bit because it's reading through all these files and all the directories, all that fun stuff. So let's take a look at what we're doing again. We are going to replace her boots. These are coming off. And we're putting a bracelet on her. Okay? And when we're in game, she'll be able to move. The animation is going to work, everything. Okay, it's still reading the files. Here we go. One thing we might end up doing, though, is changing the color of the boots, just so you guys understand that process as well. Okay, so here is the game. These are all the game files. It's all in here. We're going to click on game, coda, characters, biped, human, female. Okay, so Magic. She's the one, the base body we definitely need. So we're going to click on her. And we're going to click on underscore model. Here are all of her files. Click on body. This is the base mesh she has. And then we have everything else. So here's like tactical, right? Oh wait, maybe I should explain what I'm doing here. Tactical is her default costume. We have Midnight Suns costume, Phoenix 5. That's her hair. So in game, if you look at the suit names, you're going to find Phoenix 5, Midnight Sun. Her default does not say tactical, but if you look at it, obviously that's her default costume. So we're going to be replacing the boots on the Phoenix 5 costume. So I'm going to look in here and look for, here we go, HR Magic, no, that's Midnight Sun. Maybe I should read, here we go, Phoenix 5 underscore SK. Let me double click on it. And it'll look like this for you. Hit M, and then you're going to see the materials here on the left side of the screen. So up here is the location of where this model is, and right here are the two materials. Now notice, if I hover this first one, everything glows in blue. This is using the MIHR Magic Phoenix 5 material. Her fingers right here is using the MI Human Female Base Body material. So what I like to do at the start of each project, find what you're looking for, click Tools, Export Current Object, and we aren't going to change anything here. Leave everything default. Hit OK. Now, if you look over here, we now have a UModel export folder. Open it. Game, Coda, Character, Biped, Human Female, Magic underscore model. So that was the exact same file structure that we followed here in UModel. And by doing that, I also got the texture. It created the texture folder and material folder. Here are all the textures for her. And those are the two material or the material file. Okay, so we have everything for her. One thing I want to show you real quick is if I click on the material, here's the material right here. If I hit M on the keyboard, again, I get all the textures for it. So like model, textures, I have TI, MI, HR Magic, Phoenix Diff. That's this folder, this file right here. So right now I have the colors. Okay, now if I want to go backwards, I hold the Alt key and hit left on my keyboard. See this? So I can go back and forth through the whole thing. Okay, so hit File, Open Package. We're back in here. Now go ahead and, while we're still on the model, click Tools, Save Selected Package. Okay, now we have the files as if it was just ripped straight from the game. So they're all UAsset files from Unreal. Okay. I also want the material files though as well. So again, if I open this up, I see, okay, this material is located in Magic, Model, Materials, and there's the name of it. So what I like to do is grab the snipping tool and just snip what I need. There we go. So it's located Model, Materials, HR Magic, Phoenix 5. Yep, that was it. So I want to save this as well. There we go. Okay, and now we need Nico. So we have Magic. Let's grab Nico now. So Nico, Model, and the Base Body again. Here we go, HR, Nico, SK. So if it's like this, all shiny, hit M. Okay, so this is what we want, because we want her bracelets on both hands, or both arms. Oops. And we want the boots. That's what we're doing here. So again, hit Tools, Export, OK. Oh, it's exporting right now. There we go. Now, I want her... We want the material for the boots. And notice that when I hover over the material over here, the same material is being used for her boots, her bottom and top. See that? So it doesn't matter which one you click on, really. So I'm going to click on Material, Tool, Export, and I should have all this already. I'm just doing it just in case. But what I do need is to copy this. Now, this part you don't necessarily need to do for every project. It's just nice to have all these files on hand just in case you need to use them. And I should have grabbed a thing of water. Okay, so Nico Model Materials, Matt HR Nico Outfit. That is... I ran into this problem the other day because it's messing up. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to click on it, Tools, Save Selected Package. And that should be everything we need. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so put Blender. Okay, so in Blender, we are going to be needing to go into our UModel export folder. Game, Coda, Character, Biped, Human, Female. Let's do Nico first because we just need to get her assets, and then we're going to open up Magic. So Nico Model. Okay, I'm going to copy this location. So I come into Blender, hit File, Import, .psk. Okay. And I'm going to open up that file we just found. And this here is Nico. There she is. So what I'm going to do is click on Nico and click on everything. So I click on the body and the armature. I'm going to hit Control C. I'm just going to copy it all. Okay. Let me go ahead, import .psk. Oh no, I just copied. I can't just do that. Okay. You know, let me delete all these. Okay, you don't have to copy and paste her like that. I'll just import Magic into this. No, we want to do it the other way around. Here. Like I said, not the best at Blender. But here we go. Okay, I have 2 Blender projects open because why not? Okay, this first one, let's go ahead and import. Okay, this is going to be our Nico one. Nico. This other one, we're going to open up our Magic. Let's minimize both. Import PSK Magic. There she is. Okay, I want to take all of this over here, copy it, and paste right over here. Okay, close that. So, what we're looking at over here in Blender, I'm going to click down on Armature 1. This one's Nico. So first, click this first eyeball, and then click the second eyeball. Come up to the first armature on top, click the first eyeball, and then the second eyeball. And now we can toggle the second eyeballs in each one to toggle the meshes for each character. There we go. So very first thing we are going to do is hit Save, Save As. Make sure we are in our working. Here, let me turn these around, makes it easier for me. Oh, did I just flip these? I should not have done that. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to my modding folder. This is the active project. I'm going to create a Blender folder. Okay. Copy this link. And then come up to Blender again. So the very first thing I do before I touch anything is I want to make a just a number 1. So if anything happens, I can always easily load this up, and I have both meshes I did not touch. And now I'm going to make a edit 2. Okay, so this is where we're going to start playing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is minimize the Phoenix 5, so we're looking just at her, at Nico's costume. I'm going to delete everything except her bracelets and her boots. Everything else is getting deleted. So I'm going to click on her, hit tab, come into edit mode. I'm going to click on the bracelets. I'm holding shift and holding left click. Then I'll let go of left click, do it again, and we'll come over here. Again, hold shift, click, click. And the middle mouse button, the scroll wheel goes back and forth. If I hold the middle mouse button and nothing else, I get to turn around the bottle. If I hold shift and then hold the middle mouse button, this is what I'm doing right here. So through all those button combinations, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I have both those selected. I'm going to hit Control L, and that will select the rest of the polygons of the meshes I've touched. Okay, make sure it has everything just in case. Now I'm going to hit H on the keyboard to hide them. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with the boots. So what I'm going to do is up here on the top right, there's two triangles or rectangles, squares. I don't know letter or shapes. I'm gonna click on that. So now I'm able to select through the mesh. There we go. You know what? Here's a faster way to do this. This is what we're going to do. Hit Alt-H to unselect or to unhide them, the bracelets. What I'm going to do is select the legs, hit Control-L, and then we'll hit right-click, click up here to polygons, right-click, delete faces. Boom, all gone. And then let's do the same with the body here. Okay, I selected some stuff, Control-L, right-click, delete faces. Okay. Now we can easily hit up the square button again to see through. And I'm just going to select everything that is not the bracelets. I just want all of it gone. Okay, Control L. Right click, delete faces. Okay, and there's going to be some random mesh here and there, so let's make sure we get everything. Okay, let's hit the square button again. And now we have the boots and the bracelet, just what we want. So I'm going to hit tab again, come into object mode. I'm going to hide the mesh over here. I'm going to unhide the Phoenix. Now, there's not much we need to do with her, but we need to get rid of these boots. So, click her, hit tab, and then I'm going to select both legs, hit Control L, and then hide it. So we're just hiding. So now it's a lot easier for us to hit the square button. What's it called? It is called the X-ray button. There we go. I'm going to highlight all the boots. Right click, delete faces. Turn off X-ray. I'm going to hit Alt-H. There we go. Now what we can do is turn on the Nico body. And look at that. We're mostly there. Okay, so what we need is to adjust these bracelets first. Let's get to that. I'm going to hit tab on the Phoenix body. Tab on the Phoenix body. There we go. It's very finicky. Sometimes I have to smash tab a couple times. Click the Nico body. And I'm going to hit tab again. So now we're just editing just the Nico body. So let's go to X-ray. Make sure we have all the polygons over here. Left side of the screen, I'm going to hit the move button. Move. I'm going to grab this and just pull it up just a little bit. Just so it's not stuck in the mesh. Because you could do it like this, whatever. But I want it to be just on there. There we go. Okay, let's come over to the other side. X-ray. And it's Alt-Z. Okay. Alt-Z. Oh, that... It doesn't work if you have GeForce turned on. Okay. Just use the button, I guess. Okay, so click. We have it. I'm going to hit the move button again and move this up just a little bit and back. Look at that. I don't want it in the spike. There we go. Okay. And now look, well, we have our boots. And deal is though, right? If we just move them up. Oh, strong X-ray. If we just move them up, then the character isn't walking on the ground. And then we're going to have problems with the walk animation. It's just going to look real wonky. So let me put it back down. What we want to do is come up here in vertex mode. We're going to grab these two vertexes. And up here on top, we're going to enable proportional editing. Click. And now if I were to grab this and pull up, it's not doing much, right? But if I'm holding it and I use the middle mouse button to scroll backwards, look at this. See that little circle there? I'm expanding the radius of it. So now when I pull up, look at that. It's looking a little nicer, right? So I'm going to make it kind of wide and then pull up. Now look at that. Let me hit tab. There we go. We have the boots. There we go. And we could bring it up a little higher. What I'm going to do is hit tab, come over to the Phoenix costume, and then select her. Come over to the edges, just select these in X-ray mode. Select the bottom edges, and it will keep the proportional editing circle when we use it last. I'm just going to bring her legs down just a little bit. There we go, just a little bit, not much. Okay, and then I'm going to make the legs a little bit smaller as well, just because they're sticking out. See that? I don't want that. Real quick, let me break down just a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is go into X-ray, up here, still on edge mode. We'll click the bottom edges, and over here is the scale button. So I'm going to scale this down just a little bit. Oh, turn off proportional scaling first. So look at that. It, you know, yeah, just make it smaller. There we go. It just works, you know. It doesn't need to be fancy. We're just making this a little smaller. We'll pull this down just a little bit. Okay, that looks good from the front. There we go. Let's do it the same over here. In edge mode, you could also just make the boots bigger instead, using the proportional. But, you know, there's different ways to skin a cat. And please don't skin a cat. Okay, let me click on these edges. I'm going to move them in. Boom. Okay. Okay, hit Control S to save. So there we go. We now have the bracelets and the boots on this different character. Okay, now we need to combine the meshes. Now, what I'm going to show you is only going to work properly because I took mesh from a different character and I'm putting it onto this new character. So if you're trying to import different mesh into the game, maybe a different costume from another game, these steps won't necessarily work. But this is a beginner's tutorial, so I'm just sticking to the very basics. What I'm going to do, in object mode, I will click the boots because they're the new costume. And then I'm going to click the body that they're going to. So hold shift, left click. And then I'm going to hit right click, join, or you can hit Control J. So look what happens up here. Boom. See, all of a sudden, see how this disappeared right here? This Nico SK. So click, click, Control J, it is gone. I can now delete this entire armature because the boots and bracelet are now a part of this mesh. And before I go about doing all that, I already saved edit number 2, but I'm just going to make an edit number 3 where now everything is combined. There we go. Now we need to export this right here. Now, also take note, I did not change the name of any of this. This is still HR Magic Phoenix 5. All of this is still the same. The modifier still has her name, and it's hooked up to an armature. You don't need to worry about any of this if you just follow the exact steps of switching out body parts. Just note, you need everything to be named the same. Now, I'm going to export this mesh. but it's really important that I have the exact same name as the one in game because I'm going to be replacing it. So let me open up the files here and look at this. HR Magic Phoenix 5 SK. I need that. That's important. So I copy it, open up Blender, hit File, Export, and we're going to find FBX. Let me find the folder. Okay, so it's in the Blender folder. We're still working here. I'm going to name it that. Oh, actually, we don't want the dot props in there, just the name. On the right side, I want to scroll down to Geometry and click Smoothing, and I want to change it to Face. Now export. There we go. Let's minimize that. Now we have the FBX right here, just what we want. It is now time to jump over into Unreal. So let's open up, oh, not that one, Epic, and launch Unreal. Now to make this go faster, I'm going to go back into my project file, and now we're going to be using the template that Peak provided. So open up the Midnight template, Midnight Suns, and we're going to copy this directory because we want this project file. We're just waiting for it to open up now. Let's minimize everything. Oh, I have my headset on. I'm not even using. There. Whoa. Okay, we're still waiting for it to open. It'll take a while to open. It does that. If you spam the launch button, then eventually you're going to have multiple open up. But it seems like nothing's working. There it is. See that? Told you, it'll eventually load. Now, just like how the names have to be the same, how we did that for the FBX, so does the file structure that we're going to be using. So notice up here, if I click on packs, so we're back in the game folder, click on export, game, coda, character, biped, human female, magic, model. We're going to be recreating this file structure inside of Unreal. It has to be the exact same. Luckily, the template starts us with some of this already, so we have a very easy basis to go off of. Okay, here we are in Unreal. Click More, Browse, and I'm going to paste the link to where this right here is, the one you provided for us. I want to open it up. Here we go. Oh, and if you have Oculus installed, it will open Oculus because reasons. Oh, let's minimize that. It's opening up right now. There we go. Now Unreal. Here on the far left, next to filter, click this button. So it's just easier to see the file structure. I'm going to move this to the side real quick. So up here, notice how it says Coda. Now we're in the Coda folder. Boom, here's Coda. So out of all of this right here, this is what we're making. Now, content is game. So if we go in the content folder, we have Coda. Open Coda. We have character, biped. And at this point, we need to right click and create a human female folder. Name it the exact same. Inside of human female, we will be creating a magic folder. Inside of magic, underscore model. Okay, now this is where we're going to be playing in. I want to pull this over here. Now the FBX we created here, so let's go to the Blender folder, the FBX. I'm going to grab it and drag it right into here. Go ahead and hit import all. And exit that first one. Now notice it brought in the mesh, the physics, the skeleton, and these three are called materials. So we're going to look at this and see, oh, materials per Yeah, materials will go in the material folder. So let's create materials and just drop them in there. It just makes it easier to organize everything. Okay, so let's double click this right here. And we have the body. Everything is looking just fine. Let's hit save. Okay. Now let's save everything. Sometimes when I hit Control S, it doesn't want to, oh, boom, boom. Does it want to see this little asterisk? We want this to go away. So just highlight everything, hit Control S, boom, it's gone. Okay, let's hit File, Cook Content for Windows. Hit Continue. So this is, in a way, just exporting our, well, it's not exporting, that's the wrong word, but it's taking everything that's in here and putting it in the file structure here in Explorer that we can play with. It's way more technical, but that's there. I'm going to right click the mesh, hit show and explore. Okay, let's minimize Unreal. We don't need it right now. Okay, so here's the new folder that just came up. Here in your edit, your working folder, I'm going to back out, and under the template is a z underscore your mod name underscore p. Open that up. Open up Nice Suns, open up content, and I just go ahead and delete Coda. Okay. Now, this is the folder that came up from Unreal. Let's look at the name. Model, or backwards. Model, Magic, Human, Biped, Character, Coda, Content, Midnight Suns. On Midnight Suns, we're going to click on that. Click on Saved, Cooked, Windows No Editor, Midnight Suns, Content, and this Coda folder, we're going to copy it from there and paste it over here. Okay, let's open Coda. In this instance, because we're copying over the mesh, just go ahead, delete materials, go to character, biped. We don't need the rig, delete that. We don't need heroic female, delete that. Human female, magic, model. So here are the two important files. The rest, delete. So we're going to delete the physics, skeleton, skeleton. Gone. We're going to come up into materials, double click, and we're not going to need any of this. Okay, so just delete the materials folder. Now, if we were to drop this into game, well, yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's show you. Okay, click on packs. I'm going to grab this entire Z, your mod name, P folder. Grab the entire thing, pull over here into Unreal with compression. Unreal pack with compression, and drop it. Okay, this pops up. Pressing key to continue. Let's do that. And here's your mod. I'm going to take that and drop it into the pack folder. It's now in there. Let's open up Steam and launch the game now. Okay, I'm going to hit one keyboard. Come over to Magic. Customization, Combat, Phoenix 5. Okay, here we go. Notice the boots they're playing with the rest of the body. They're just not floating. And so are the bracelets. But keen eye of you out there will notice that they have no textures on them. They are just the default gray. So let's fix that. That's where we are right now. So I'm going to hit Alt F4. Okay, now I'm going to open up Asset Editor. There we go. Come back to the your mod name folder. And let's come all the way through it until we get to right here. HR Magic Phoenix 5 SK. Drag and drop. Okay. Now, let's read this down from the top. Here's our mesh. the physics the skeleton uses. Here's the Nico material, the magic material, and the base body. Now, this right here is telling us where it is grabbing those materials. Oh, and where these came from. If we open up Unreal, if we double click on the material, when we first imported it, up here on the left side, notice here's the name of the material in the slot. So this one, Phoenix 5, it has Phoenix 5, female body, Nico, and I'm noticing a problem right here. So, in Blender, remember when we were copying and pasting characters around? Notice how Phoenix 5 does not have a underscore 001. She does though. And if we look at the material, it is Matt HR Nico outfit. There is no underscore 001. So what we can do is change the name in here. Okay, we could just change the name. Maybe put it back for our example. Okay, so if I were to change the name, it would make everything better for us. Except we already cooked and we already exported. So I will show you how to fix it now that we're already here. First things first. Let's open up View Model. Let's come back. Let's look for this Phoenix 5 material. Magic underscore model materials MIHR Magic Phoenix 5. There it is. Okay, let's look for this Nico one though, because that was the part of the costume that was messed up, right? Magic model materials matte HR Nico outfit. It is not in here. Where is that material? Well, if you remember earlier, if we go to model for the Nico, because this is where we got the boots and the bracelet, open her up. Alt left. If I click on the material, there it is. This is where it's at. So again, you know what? We don't even need to copy that to screenshot it because we could just type it in from here. So biped, human, female, Nico. That's where it's at. It's not in the magic folder. It is in the Nico folder. So let's back that out and type in Nico. Now let's look at the rest of it. Model, materials, Matt Nico outfit. Now, here's the problem we run into. We have underscore 001 here. We do not want that. So let's back it out, okay? And we're done. Except, psych, we're not. Let's scroll down. Now, each material, each character, each whatever you find is going to be a little different. So the numbers, I can't just tell you which number to go to, but keep going down and you're going to find something. We are looking for that Nico material in here somewhere. We have not spotted. Ah, here we go. I found it. Matt HR Nico outfit underscore 001. Again, we need to get rid of the underscore 001. Okay, click on random box, hit Control S. Now we save this file. Okay, then I deleted the mod already. I'm coming back to where the mod is. Here's the your name folder. Again, grab it into compression. Hit OK. Drag and drop. And let's launch the game again. Click, click. Here we go. Now let's check out the costume now. That we make sure the files are right. Phoenix 5, and look at that. There we go. Let's go see if she's doing anything. Let's turn on, so she's wearing her combat costume. Come over here, and there she is. With her boots, and bracelet is somewhere over there. Just, oh, wrong button. Can't really see it. There we go with the bracelets. Okay. Alt F4, let's get out of here. So, at that point, the mod is done. We did what we want. What a lot of us will do is right click in the pack folder, hit new and create a new folder, just name it mods, so that when you grab or download mods, drop it in there. It'll still read, so when you launch the game, it works. Okay, how about the last part of the tutorial here? Let's change the color of the boots. We don't want black, let's make them red. Let's see what happens, right? It's fun. So I need to open up the texture file first. So let's hit export, game, coda, character, biped, human, female, Nico, because that's where it is, remember? Model, texture. So here is the albedo for the costume, okay? Now, in the game, you're going to find underscore albedo, underscore diff, underscore body color. They're all the same thing. We'll open up Photoshop. That's for a different mod. Here we go. We are going to drag and drop the costume just right into here. Okay. And here it is. The boots are somewhere in here. I'm not exactly sure which part is boot. But here, let's see if I can actually see it in Blender. UV editing. There we go. Click all this. So it looks like the main part is over here on the right side. See that? So if I open up Blender, it's... There it is. That's the boot. I mean, in Photoshop. So I don't want it to be black. I don't, you don't really have to worry about anything else, right? We're just coloring this one spot. And I want it to be red. So what I'm going to do is just, because the bracelet's in here also, so I have to be careful because I want the bracelet to stay purple. So let's say I just hit, I'm going to duplicate this, hit Control-Shift-U, so everything's black and white. And I'm just going to cut this part out. There we go. So I'm just playing with this part right here. Select it, and then let's do a darker red, right? We're going to set it to, ooh, look at that, that's nice. Okay, so we're going to change that part of the texture to red. Okay. Again, we have now where we're going to save it. That's the tricky thing, right? We can't just save it in here because we're going to delete all this later. Come back to the template. Go to template, Midnight Suns. Now, everything in here is this file structure, the one we created. It's in here. Content, coda, characters, biped, human, female, magic. Wait. It's not Magic's material. Now, is it? It's Nico's. So it's human, female, Nico, model, wait, underscore model, let's get it all the way right, textures, and watch this. Now that I made all those folder files, let's open up Unreal. Human, female, look at this, Nico, model, texture, just like how we did that. Okay. And it is this folder that we need to save the texture in. So let's open up Photoshop, save as copy. Okay, it's going to be TGA, or yep, Targa. And the name needs to be the same again, right? So let's copy the name of this albedo. There we go, save. Hit OK. Now watch what happens when we open Unreal. Look at that. It is now creating the UAsset file for us. Boom, it is made. Now what we can go ahead and do is just open up human. Okay, human female, magic, model, materials. And to skip a couple steps later, right? Let's take this Nico file, copy it, and paste it into Nico model materials. So we need to make the materials folder. Nico model materials. Let's make sure we named it right. Materials. There we go. And let's paste it right in here. So that's our Nico file. And we're going to rename it, so we don't run into the problem later, to Nico. Make sure we delete the other one because we don't want two running around. Okay, just so we can see what it looks like, let's open up the Nico file, the material. Grab this out of the way, delete that, go to textures, and we're just going to drag and drop it right in here. Grab the RGB, pull it into base color, and hit save. There we go. Let's close it. Now let's come back to the model. Let's look at her. Let's put the outfit on. And let's rename this up here. Make sure we just do everything right. Look at that. Now it's red. I'm not worried about the bottom of the boots, but you know, if you want to color the bottom of the boots, it is, yeah, that portion. So it's up here, it looks like. That's the boot. Okay. Okay, so let's save it. And let's do the same thing we did earlier. Let's first make sure everything is saved. Make sure there's no asterisk next to any material or texture. Okay. Save. Let's click it. Let's open up the folders. Active project, your name. I'm going to come through it and delete Coda again, just like we did earlier. Open up Unreal. Let's find the model. Right click, show and explore, and we can minimize this. Okay, let's open up here. And then we'll come back until we find Midnight Suns, saved, cooked, make our way through until we find Coda. Paste it over here, close that. Let's open up US editor just in case we have to edit something. We're not sure yet, right? Okay, delete materials, rig. Now we're deleting those because we didn't mess with any of those files. Okay, there's some, if you're playing with, let's say Hunter, I believe she's in, like I want to say Hunter is in, instead of human, she's in heroic female. You know, and then you'll find the Hunter stuff. There we go, Hunter F. So we're deleting them right now because we're just not playing with those files. Okay. Now it's real important, right? Nico underscore model textures. We have to keep the textures in here. Now we can get rid of. Here we go. We're going to rename the textures. Put yellow at the end of them. Or I mean red, right? We're naming red. I'll show you exactly why we're doing this. Red, red, red. Okay. Because if we don't do this, then we're also going to be changing the color of the original Nico boots. Now, if you want her boots to be red too, you don't have to do this. You know, but if you don't, if you want them to be two unique materials, that's what we're doing. Click on materials. And we need to change this to red as well. Nico, now you can name it to whatever you want. I just do it red because it's easier. And here we go. Magic, model, delete everything again. And again, we don't need this folder at all. But there is one last thing we have to do. This material file right here, right? Watch what happens if we open the sub-U asset. Okay. Now let's open the real material, the one that was in the game that we exported. I just lost them both. Oh, I've opened up a lot of these, haven't I? How about I close these? I've opened up too many. Okay, pack. Let's open up US editor, US editor. There we go. So we have the one that we made. Wait, Nico. Materials. Why did I rename this red? Did I re-change the name? Or did I just hit Control Z? Yeah, I probably did, huh? Red, there we go. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm not very sure what that was. I probably screwed up at some point. Okay. So, Nico model materials. If we pull this in here, look at this. The material has 31 lines. See that? Let's look at the original. Oh, I see. I see. I pulled it over. Yeah. There we go. That's the problem. On accident. Here's the original from the game. And look at this. It has 99 lines, and it's very different. The game has no idea what to do with this. This is nothing for the game. Okay? This is what the game wants. So what I'm going to do is push this to the side. Well, second monitor. I'm going to grab both these files. These are original ones. And remember, I'm only doing this because these are custom materials. You don't have to do it if you didn't want to customize them. Paste. I'm going to rename these original ones with the red at the end. So I'm going to delete both. Rename. Let's put red at the very end. Red. Red. Okay. Now I still have this open up. It's not going to close just because I deleted it. So, boom. So this is what the game is now looking at right here. Now remember though, I changed the name of the albedo, right? If I come to textures, the albedo has the name red at the end. I need to add that. RED. Wait, RED. Okay. So now it's pointing to the right file. And again, let me copy that. And let's come down here. Let's find albedo somewhere. Here it is. See this? Nico alpha albedo? I'm going to paste it with the new one. Okay? Now hit Control S, save it. Now it's saved. Okay, so the material is named outfit red, and it is pointing towards the albedo red. The last thing we have to do is tell the magic file to point towards the red file, because if we open this in asset, look at this. Nico mat HR Nico outfit. It needs to say Nico red. And let's scroll down until we find I can't remember what number it was. Until we find Nico outfit. Base spot. Oh, here it is. 175. Sev Nico outfit regular. It's red. Let's save that. Okay. So because we have this custom material, we had to do all that. But this file is now pointing towards this material, which is now pointing towards this texture. So let's come over here, make sure the mod's deleted. Yep, let's get rid of it. Let's grab our mod now. You can rename this, wherever you want. Keep Z underscore and keep underscore P. That's important. So magic underscore Nico boot. Something, whatever, Grab that, put it over here in compression. I'm going to drag and drop it into our mods folder. There we go. Let's unlock. And before we launch it, there are a couple more things we need to edit because I kind of forgot some more things and the mod didn't work. So let's go through this. The asset editor. Magic, model, here we go. Okay, let's come down this. Named right, named right, named right, named right. Outfit red. Okay. Down here, was it 175? Outfit red. Nico, model, materials, red. Here's one we need to fix. This is the name of this material. We changed the name to red because that's red boots. We need to change that. Okay. Control S. Now let's come down here and see if we can find outfit anywhere. Here we go. We have red, mask. Okay, I don't see outfit anywhere. Ah, there we go. Nico outfit. Let's name this red. Okay. And now let's come to textures. A red texture, and here we go. This is albedo. It needs to be albedo red. And albedo red down here. Okay. Control S. Let's close that up. So, as you can see, when it comes to retexturing, there's a lot of things you have to make sure are nice and clean. Okay, but now we can launch. Oh my gosh, I'm opening too many things. Steam, there we go. And continue. Now, most of those things we just edited. If we were to rename the textures properly and then import into Unreal and then change all the names of the materials and everything in Unreal, and when we cook, there would be less things for us to edit afterwards. So if you wanted to, if you knew you wanted to change the color of the boots, you would add red, on the texture and the materials inside of Unreal before you actually cooked everything. Okay. And there we go. Ooh, that actually looks pretty nice. Ooh, look at that. And she is back here. Wait, ooh, she's not there this time. Where is she? Oh, apparently she's down here, so we can't really check. But there it is. We now have red boots on her. It's a small touch, but it's a little something. And there it is. You are finished with your first mod. Let's open up the files again. And this is what you can share with people. All they have to do is take this single file and drop it into their pack, and boom, sharing mods. So I know this was super long, and I had to go back through a couple times and fix some mistakes because I tell you what, everything is super nice and simple until you get to making sure everything is named correctly and making sure the lines here are correct. But once you get all of this set up right, you get something cool at the end. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a lot. And here we go. Actually, here we are. There is this here Here's the Discord for this. I'll put a link down in the description. But this is where we talk the mods right here, down in the game mods section. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you have a good day.